And
so for this 3-year period,
yeah,
you're
good. And like Dennis still wanted, like how Dennis was in his later years. He had like 36 matches of like ticket sellers.
okay. You got to remember, right now, this is going to be
Still
shown.
trying to do chronological order.
Well, this is going to be shown to people pretty much all over the world, and a lot of people don't know who Dennis is.
So Dennis Corluzzo actually at one time was probably one of the best indie promoters in New Jersey.
Right.
With Larry Sharp.
Right. Who also, was a friend of mine too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's dead now. Rest his soul, poor guy. There, Fat Matt, watch out. All right, I'll get that later. And Dennis never really liked me because Larry always made sure I got paid. Like, I would work down in Maryland and all these other places. I was lucky to get what I got,
right.
But Larry made sure I was paid. And then Tommy D started using me as a Buddha Singh, and I was getting paid I was getting paid better than I was with Larry. So Larry upped my pay. And then Dennis Corluzzo was always, trying to stick it to you. But at that point, when Tommy D started using me, and I worked the Boss Man, and I worked Bushwhackers, and I worked, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and there's a whole story with that too. But before that, and then I got offered. Larry put me with Abdullah the Butcher. That was what did it, because I did all this. But then Larry pushed me with Abdullah the Butcher. He brought in Jerry Lawler to wrestle Abby, and I was upset. So Abby's one of my idols, and he's like, "Well, Buddha and Abdullah, it's the same." And I'm like, "All right, no problem. I'm not on the show though, right?" He goes, "No, but please make it if you can, please." He goes, "I'd like you to meet Abby, and maybe we can do something with you. Maybe." I'm like, "All right." He goes, "Bring your gimmick, bring your fire." So he's not telling me what I'm gonna do. So I take the night off from work. I got a real job this whole time. I work 70, 80 hours a week in the pizzeria. And cooking, delivering. Ah!
Fat Matt, you want to pick that up there, boy?
Matt, please, Mr. Lawyer, sir. Mr. Statutory Rape Man.
Try to get a shot at how difficult it is for Matt to bend down.
My pouch? Besides, I got like $15 to my life in here, Oh, there we go. Lister crack. Would you like some Lister crack?
I don't think so. I'm married. Doesn't matter if my breath's good or bad.
Yeah, but this stuff's so addictive. Lister crack. So I take off the work. I go to the show. I meet, and I've met Lawler a couple times already. Because Dennis Corluzzo used to work with him a lot, and he'd invited me to go work for USWA, and he even told me straight out. He goes, "Look, I know that you have a real good job up here. They tell me you have a good job, so the money you make out of these." I don't get me wrong, like what he said was true. I did for a long time, '92, before I went to Puerto Rico. If I got $10, man, if I got $30, I was happy. I travel to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania for $50, and I was
we're gonna get to that stuff.
Yeah,
continue to this, because we're gonna get to that.
So I know Lawler, and he'd offer me the job, and I couldn't take it because he said, you're only gonna make like $40 a night. You're actually better off staying here. You're not gonna learn much from some of the guys we got right now. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I saw Jerry, and I'm like, "Hey, Jerry, good to see you again." He's like, "Hey, kid, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing good." And then of course here comes Abdullah, and I've seen Abdullah live a couple of times, and he was the first wrestler I was scared of. Like, the first wrestler I saw live, I was like, Jesus, oh my God, and it was just amazing. So I walk up to Abdullah, and I'm like, Mr. Butcher, sir, I don't know what he's call me Abby, champ. Abby, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I wrestle as a Buddha Singh. He goes, "Oh, champ, I know who you are." I'm like, "What do you mean you know who I am?" He goes, "Well, here's the thing. Larry didn't tell you that, huh?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Well, see, I'm not really here to work Lawler, okay? I'm here to work you." I'm like, "I'm not booked." And he's like, wait a second. He opens up the door, and there's Larry Sharp going, "Ha, ha, ha, we got ya." I'm like, "Oh, fucking great, River. I'm going to work." He goes, No, we're serious. We got you. We're going to use this." So what they did is, like, Dennis Corluzzo, Larry didn't want it. Larry just wanted a name for Abby to beat up. So Dennis is like, "Oh, let's bring in Lawler." He's big on Lawler. And, he's like, "All right, well, Dennis, you're paying Lawler, I'm paying Abby," because Abby and Larry went back to Puerto Rico when Larry was working down there. So they're good friends. And still, to this day, they're good friends, And he goes, "Look," he goes, "I'm going to job out Lawler within 3 to 4 minutes. He ain't getting a thing on me." And I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Then they got this manager kid they got me here, this Tricky Nicky." And he goes, "I'm going to gig him. And then you come out and spit your fire." I'm like, "Okay." And get in that ring, and we're just listening to me, and we're just gonna go. You got to bleed? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, okay. He goes, get blood. I'll get blood. I'm like, this is after your match. He goes, well, it's not really much of a match. You're going to ring the bell. I'm going to beat him up. He ain't going to get nothing. And then me and you are just going to brawl. Everybody pulls apart. And basically what ended up happening is Lawler gets stuck in a corner. Abby's just got him by the throat. He's bumps the ref, and then Lawler tries to get away. He hooks Lawler and won't let. Abby does have some martial arts experience, you know. In fact, he's got that like master certification or something like that of I think Taekwondo back when he was younger days. He was like, it's like a 6 or 7 degree black belt in Taekwondo before he got the weight put on him. And when he hooks you, you know. You know, he doesn't say, okay, I'm gonna reverse. He goes, watch the champ, I'm switching. And you're like, huh? And you're in a wall, you know. You don't know what's going on. He goes, wah, you know. And so he gigs Nicky, and he actually, you know, Abby did one of his famous Abdullah gaffes.
Right.
And he told the kid, he goes, listen, no matter what you do, don't jerk your head back. So he goes like this to him, right here, and Nicky goes, boom, and he got cut from here to here.
Oof.
And it actually required like 80-something stitches. The good story out of that though was every time Abdullah came anywhere from Maryland up, Nicky got to manage him and got $200 a night. You know, so actually it worked out good for Nicky. And so I did. So basically, me and Abby just go back and forth. You know, they send the whole locker room out. We bump the whole locker room, get back in touch with each other. They pull us apart. We get to each other again. Then Larry comes out, and Larry gets a shot on him, and then he books the match for the following month. Because Lawler and Abby did 650 people. And this is how I knew them. This is what I knew, you know, because they did 650, and that was good for Larry. But it wasn't good for me because we actually, the biggest house Larry had in Clementon was me and the boss man at like almost 1,000 people. And for that's like, I was like, oh wow, you know, I outdrew Abdullah and Lawler. Well, when we came back with Abby, we did 1,300 people, just me and Abdullah. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, maybe I have something, you know, maybe this really will, I can make a living at this. Maybe I can even get rich at this.
And when did you finally, okay, now you're working with Abdullah, you're working on the Corluzzo shows with Larry Sharp.
Tommy D
shows, and we'll get into that type of stuff.
Right.
But,
next.
You know, what propelled you to the next level?
What propelled me to that?
Well, after you're doing these indies,
yeah.
Okay, you're doing the indies, and we're going to go back and talk about, you know, what promoters screwed you in the end.
Yeah,
we'll go back to the previous.
Yeah, we'll give that.
But when did you take that next step? This is what I've been asking you for like 30 minutes.
I told you after I wrestled out. So I did this thing with Abby.
You did the thing with Abby.
Abby gets me a job for Puerto Rico.
Right.
For Carlos Colon.
Right.
And that lasted 6 weeks.
Right. How was the pay? Best pay you ever had.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
When Abby
they screwed you?
Yes.
Okay,
bad.
so we'll get back.
When Abby went down with me, Abby sent Larry with me the first week. And then the 6th week, Abby came in. It was supposed to be me and Abby versus Invader and Carlos. That's how the run was supposed to be set up, where I was being put in the first match with Paul Garcido. I got paid $400 in 6 weeks.
Right.
I went down. I was still lifting at this point.
What were you supposed to get paid?
$400 a week.
$400 a week.
And it cost me $200 a week to live in this efficiency that works with.
And
the
again,
office.
That's a typical indie story.
Yeah, and this is typical Puerto Rico's. This is the typical Carlos Colon story.
Right.
But I mean, the stupid part about me is not having money at all. I have no way home. Like a lot of people, they I know guys that went down there after 2 or 3 weeks could get home. I had no way to get home, and I had no return ticket, so I'm stuck there.
So how'd you get home? Abdullah
bought me a plane ticket. When he came down and saw me, because I was lifting, I was a natural lifter. I was just a young kid.
Now how old are you now?
Jesus, 1994.
That's 8 years ago.
That's 8 years ago. I was.
You're like
22.
22. Okay. You're 22. You're supposed to get paid $400 a week for 6 weeks.
I'm making. Actually, $400 a week for. I moved down there. I brought all my stuff.
All right. So when he gives you $400, and that's all you get paid.
No, he didn't even do that. I didn't get paid my first week.
Okay.
I didn't get paid my second week. Then he handed me $100.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. You don't get paid the first week.
Yeah.
You don't get paid the second week. Mm-hmm. Does a bell ring in your head that something's not right here after 2 weeks?
Yeah, big time.
Okay. What do you do?
There's there's nothing I can do. I'm on an island. There's no.
Well, do you call your mommy? Do you call somebody? I would have called my mommy and have her come.